Welcome back. How is everyone? I hope you're doing well. We're doing fine down here. Scratch Ankle and Miss Icy. She sends her finest. Today, I want to talk to you about how efficient are you at tuning your frequency. And what I mean by that is, think of a radio. A radio has many different stations, and we've all probably got a couple that we like to tune to, but there's many of options. And those options, I guess they're options. And think of that as a frequency in your makeup and what you can go with. And I'll give you an example. So I'm going to go back to, I've told you how I've worked at a casino before. I was a manager on duty, basically a glorified cooler. And I didn't get called to any good calls. I got called to all the bad calls. But then I would also have to mingle with, say, our better players. So an example, I'd have to go to a call for a drunk or a fight or, a domestic. And then I'd have to bounce back and I'd have to mingle with that millionaire's wife or, a normal player, or I'd have to speak to an associate or whatever the case is. So my environment allowed me a lot of practice at tuning my frequency. And it's not always about light and love. That's nice. And I mean, it's very, very important. And you need that to heal and release for yourself, or at least that's what I've found for myself. But also, we're not going to always be friends and sing kumbaya with each other. You're going to have your enemies. You're going to have your parasites out there that try to leech on your energy. You're going to have, everything in between. We'll just give an example. I'm shooting this video here. I'm trying to send a message. You don't think if, say, 5 or 6 old boys walked up on me, I'm going to be preaching light and love? No. I'm going to flip that switch, and then we're going to see how it plays. So anyways, I think most can get to an emotion, to that frequency, to where they need to be. I mean, you think of, we've experienced a lot of different frequencies in our life, but how well can you get there, stay there for the time being, and then be able to get right back to your everyday frequency, to where, let's just say, like, you're spending time with your family and your love. Another example, had a little incident. It wasn't much here a few weeks ago. And, I just got out of the sauna doing my breathing. I'm like that monk, just kind of, had a good, close to about 45-minute meditation and went down the prayer rock, did my thing down there. And I come back, well, my wife, she comes in, she's a little exclaimed, thinks we have something going on. So, I kind of flipped that switch, turned into Rambo. And she kind of gives, after the fact, me that look of, I'm used to you being a certain way, and then you kind of go this way. But once I knew that me and my family weren't in danger, or my place weren't in danger, I was able to flip that switch and be right back to normal. I mean, it was, some could call that a psychopath or nuts or whatever. I call it talent. To be able to be in one frequency, to jump to the next, handle what you need to handle, and to be able to come right back and not allow that to affect any more of your day-to-day operation, I think it's a talent. Not everyone can do that. And it takes practice. And like I mentioned earlier here in this video, I had a good platform to practice that over many a years, to where, I might be, having to go hard on somebody for say a crime committed and they needed to be admonished from the establishment. And then I have to bounce right back and, be that good modeled manager, leader for the associate, or be that good caretaker for your playing people. And, it's just something to think on. It's something to practice, because you never know when you're going to need to jump in whatever frequency it may be. And there's many. And we know what they are. I mean, you know what your emotions and where you can go and how you can be. It's just something that you need to do. And it's something that you need to take serious. Because let me tell you, where we're going, and I want to say where we're going, is paradise. But getting there, we're going to probably have a few challenges. And you might have some folks try to take advantage of you or try to harm you or your loved one. And you need to make sure that doesn't happen. And you need to have that frequency, and you need to have that mindset, and you get there in an instant. You handle business. You've got to look after yourself first and foremost. You and your family. We ain't worried about saving the world here. I mean, I know that we have our little community here that we're growing and assisting each other, and we'll all be fine. What I'm saying is being that overly nice person to everyone you meet, really your inauthentic self. And that's what's going to get you. That's what's going to bite you. To where your authentic self, and some may disagree with this, is I can display whatever energy I want, or I can take it back and it can be a dark, cold room. You control the energy. As star seeds, you control the energy. When you walk in the room, you control it. Everyone else can feel it. They don't know how to explain it. And at least for me in the past, I didn't really understand it or knew how to explain it. But as I've grew on the path, I've learned that. And someone's wronged you, don't kiss their ass. You know what? You respect you first. You're authentic to yourself first. And then others, if they act appropriately and they display a kind or a loving energy towards you, give them what you need, or give them what they need. Fill their cup. Assist them. But if they don't sit right with you, if their energy is always, kind of that stagnant, I think you know what I'm saying. Don't put up with it. Don't fake it. I can shut down in an instant, or I can rise that room in an instant. And it all just depends on what I want to do. And it all depends on who else is at play. If I walk in there with a bunch of criminals or, folks that I don't resonate with, I'm shutting down, man. You ain't getting one speck of energy. I'll look just like that normal person over there. But if you're a good soul, if you're someone who cares and tries to do the right thing, I'm going to uplift you. And it's all in how well you can tune your frequency. How efficient are you? So I challenge you, get out there today, practice a little bit, get better, man. If you need anything, shoot me a message. I've been building some relationships with a few of you through DMs, and I appreciate that. The ones, I don't want to mention any names, but the ones who I have will know who I'm talking about. Keep going strong. I appreciate what you do, because you've helped me on my journey just as much as I might be helping you. So keep going strong. We're going to win this battle. And we're going to look back, and it's going to be a sweet, sweet victory. Till next time, remember, stay strong and fly high.